that because sometimes people have a horrible time, and then yeah, exactly. Okay. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
What's up? Yeah, I hear you. What's up?
Oh, um, could you introduce me if I asked you to?
Sure.
Okay, can you introduce me?
This is the Grinch. No, this is low
Oh
key.
wow. Hello.
I can
Um,
tell. I can tell. I think I can, or I know that I can't, but I think I can tell when people are going to be like argumentative or contentious or critical or something.
is that about me?
Yeah, it's like Call of Duty. It's like when somebody comes around the corner and you're like, teammate or no?
No, no, that's not me. I just had a question about what I perceive your communication style, one aspect of it, and how conscious you are when you. It's about the long pauses.
Oh
I know it comes
Jesus!
up a lot.
See.
What? What?
You're an enemy.
How? No,
You're an
no.
enemy, and
I want to learn. I
you'll
want
be
to be
treated as.
educated.
Oh, okay.
Um, so the long pauses, I guess my question is how deliberate are you when you employ that device? Employ that device is a weird way of putting it, but
It
when you,
is.
yeah, okay,
Okay, can I reformat your question to the way that I understand it?
if that makes you more comfortable.
Once you have thought of what you want to say next, do you still pause even longer than that for effect? Is that the question?
Um, that's kind of the question, but more of the question um, is it deliberate at all? If it wasn't deliberate at all, then your reframing
What does
wouldn't be
that
relevant.
what does that mean?
Um, do you have any conscious thought when you make the pause, or is it totally just a thing that you do now or have always done
I am
when someone asks you
consciously
a complicated question?
I am consciously aware of everything I am doing when there is a camera on me.
Okay.
I'm aware when I pause. I'm aware when I don't pause. I'm aware that I haven't blinked since the start of this sentence. I'm aware that I'm nodding my head as I'm speaking in a slightly or maybe increasingly pedantic and sarcastic manner.
Hmm.
I'm aware that my mouth is open between sentences. I am aware of my body and my mind when there is a camera on me. I am some part of my brain is just thinking about what I'm doing.
Okay, and so do you choose to not blink during that whole sentence? Do you choose to take the long pauses when you feel you need them?
I don't know what you mean by choose. I have to do something. I have to either speak or not speak. And I choose every time I do anything, I've chosen to do it. I mean,
Um, I
I can't choose to not have thought of a response to something though.
you can choose whether you want to give it at that point
But
or
why is blabbing the default? Why is just babbling constantly the default? Sometimes you should just
yeah.
shut up and like let somebody else speak. Sometimes other people are thinking. I want to give them time to talk. Sometimes I want to just let something ring out because I'm like that was I don't have anything better. I don't have anything that should be said right now. I could think of something to say, but it's not really a good thing to say. It's pointless. It's just me filling space. So
Why are
I'm
you
just not going
shouting
to
at
say it.
me? You don't have to shout at me. I'm just asking.
You're
And
no,
I didn't make
no.
the rules.
You're not just asking.
I
No one's
am.
ever
I'm
just
just
asking.
asking.
No, you're not.
Okay,
That's not
I
true.
think I'm just asking.
I believe
I
that, but
didn't. I
I think
I
you're
didn't
wrong.
choose the social norm. The social norm is to blabber for sure. I agree that maybe that's not the best thing, and I guess
That's wait.
I'm just
Fuck, dude. That's not the social norm in all situations.
well. No, I didn't say all situations.
In more intimate relationships, you know when people are like, oh my God, we're such good friends. We could just sit in silence for like 30 seconds and nobody even feels the pressure to say anything. Have you ever heard somebody say something fucking stupid like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the norm on streams. That's true. It's the norm when you're talking to somebody, you're having lunch with somebody, it's like a coworker. That's true. But those are, I think it makes streams dull to have the streamer talk so much that you're like, you are making the decision to talk first and you're deciding what you're going to say second.
Hmm.
So that inherently means that you're going to say some things that are just filler and boring and stupid. And I think my job is to say things that are interesting or meaningful. So I treat the stream environment like it shouldn't be a social, it shouldn't be a norm on stream. The streamer should be catering to the audience. The stream, the streamer should sacrifice their own comfort to make the stream more interesting and meaningful. That's what makes a stream good, I think. When the
What about
streamer
like
is
if it's a
like,
conversation?
even if it's a conversation, the streamer should be trying to make the conversation more meaningful and interesting or entertaining, whatever their stream is about. I think most people contradict the purpose of their stream unless it's just background noise. If your stream is just to be put on in the background for people to ignore, then you're doing a great job if you never shut up. But I think most streamers are not setting out to blab. I think they are blabbing because they are socially awkward or uncomfortable and cannot tolerate silence, which is for their own, they're sacrificing the quality of their stream for their own benefit.
Hmm.
Are you clipping your toenails?
Sorry. No, it's Apple Pencil. I was just fiddling. I'm sorry. I guess I agree with what I understand what you're saying. Just to be clear though, so you are saying, well, I think you're saying, um, in intimate relationships, you could just blab if you wanted to, but you're choosing that you want to take a moment if you feel you wouldn't have given a meaningful response to what's been said. Sorry,
Yeah.
doing it again.
How many toes do you have?
It's an Apple Pencil. It's not.
You're
It's,
clipping your toenails.
no, I'm not.
Um, yeah. I the longer you think about something, probably the more interesting and concise what you say is going to be. Otherwise, you're just thinking out loud.
Hmm.
So I would prefer to, instead of thinking out loud for 30 seconds, I would prefer to think for 8 seconds and then speak for another 8 seconds.
Okay. Uh, I have two other things connected to this. The first is you don't do that, or I don't think you do that when you're in your Stutz review. Stutz, I don't know how to pronounce it. Stutz review.
Stutz.
S- Stutz, Stutz review.
Stutz. Yeah.
Thank you. In your Stutz
Problem.
review,
Yeah.
um, when you're it wasn't structured. Obviously, it's a stream.
Mm-hmm.
And some could say it's a bit rambly sometimes. The points were there, but I didn't think you took any of those times where you might have to have a more structured response? Is it only when? Oh, do you agree with that?
Yeah, for the Stutz stream, I had already written down all of my thoughts, so I was just kind of going point by point and explaining them.
Oh, okay, so it was written down, so you didn't really feel the need. You weren't really thinking on the go. You were just relaying what you'd written down previously.
Yeah, I was just kind of recalling what I was thinking when I wrote down each thing. Like I could have written an essay, I guess, and read it. I think that would have been kind of weird. Um, I think that slowing down to, I mean, also I was talking to chat. I think slowing down to really think through everything I was saying for each line would have been like,
Well, I didn't say for each line.
yeah, the Stutz review is me thinking out loud about each thing I wrote down. That's true.
But it's useful in that context to think out loud because that's what
I don't
we
fucking
wanted,
know.
I guess.
I don't
Well, what
know.
was your goal when you did the review?
To say what I fucking thought about the
To
movie.
remember what you thought.
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then the other thing was, you do acknowledge then when you're not in
Oh,
an intimate
Jesus fucking
conversation. Oh,
Christ.
sorry,
With
sorry,
the
sorry,
grin. I
sorry.
knew
Okay,
it. I knew it.
okay.
You're a
I'm
fucking
sorry. No,
animal.
no, no. I'm
You're a
sorry. No, I'm not.
backstabber.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not. I'm
are. You
not.
try to give
I'm
me a
not. I'm
Christmas
not.
hug and you stab me in the
No,
fucking
I'm not.
back.
I'm sorry. I'm
Okay,
sorry. It's late
what
for
is
me.
your
It's late for me.
I don't give a
Okay.
fucking shit.
It was yes.
What's the line?
In intimate relation in non-intimate conversations, um, do you think it makes the other person in the conversation uncomfortable when someone does a long pause? They
It depends on the other person. It makes me uncomfortable when someone won't shut the fuck up. It makes other people uncomfortable when people leave pauses. If you're the closer you are to somebody, I think the less expectation that there will be constant babbling there is. I think it would be a good norm for streamers to, especially if you're talking about like heavy topics where people want to think carefully about what they're saying, to leave space for that. I think some people have gotten uncomfortable, but I think a lot of people I've spoken to seem very appreciative that they have the time to make sure that they're saying what they really want to say if we're talking about something horrible.
Mhm. I suppose I should have started off by saying it's one thing that I really admire about your communication style, and something that I tried to incorporate into my life. That's why I asked if it was a conscious, well, if it was a choice, and because I made it a choice to employ that more often, and my response with people who I wasn't intimate with was almost horror. If I took more than 3 or 4 seconds to answer, it wasn't a very complicated question, but a question that I thought might warrant a bit of thinking about, I would sometimes get horror as a
Yeah.
response. Do you think that's
Yeah. Do I think that's what happening?
no? Um, do you think that I shouldn't use that? I should only use that in intimate conversations because it isn't practical to do it in situations that aren't
I
intimate.
have no idea
Because,
what you should do. I think
well, what would you do?
if you
What would you do?
you mean are you asking me if I horrify people in my personal life?
No, not your personal life. Well, personal, non-intimate conversations. Do you relate with having that kind of response if you try to take a few seconds to think about something?
Yes, I have
It's like
noticed that
an
some
assault on their
I
time.
I don't think it's about time. I think they just panic. I think that yeah, I've noticed that some people react that way. Some people don't. Some people are immediately like, "Oh, you're somebody I can actually talk to. Thank God I found you." People have all kinds of different responses.
But so you're saying that you wouldn't change how you interact. You would just think, oh, that person can't really. I don't really communicate well with this person.
You are assuming that you shouldn't horrify people,
Yeah.
and I don't think I agree with that. If someone's horrified by me, I don't think I leave the conversation thinking that it didn't go well and that I should have done something differently. And I think you're assuming that.
If someone's horrified, surely it's not a pleasant experience for them, unless well they want to be horrified. But normally,
Well, sometimes talking to me isn't a pleasant experience.
do you want people to have an unpleasant experience speaking to you?
Uh, you're conflating being okay with them having an unpleasant experience with wanting them to.
Are you okay with them having that?
Yeah. I'm okay with it raining. That doesn't mean I want it to rain.
Why are you okay with someone having an unpleasant experience caused by you?
Because it's not my fucking responsibility to make sure that you have a good time talking to me.
No, but it should be nice. Surely it's nice to make someone else have a good experience.
Not if it's at my own expense.
What are you losing from thinking out loud? You were able to do it in your review. Why can't you do it in a live conversation with someone?
I did it in my review because I wanted to.
You didn't lose anything by doing it.
Doing it if you don't want. That's like saying, why don't you just like have sex with somebody you don't want to have sex with? You had sex with somebody you did want to have. You're losing autonomy when you change your communication style to suit somebody else's comfort level. Like if I'm like when I waited tables, I was much more of like, oh, I have to make sure this person has a pleasant experience talking to me. If I'm like talking to like the cops, then like yeah, I'm trying to make them comfortable. If I'm applying for an apartment and I'm talking to the landlord, then like yeah, I'm on my best people pleasing behavior. But why I would do that like at like a dinner party or on a date, no.
Okay, I mean, in light of your people pleaser video, is this something that you've discovered? When did this become more of a thing in your life? Not being okay with other people being horrified speaking to you.
I think
Is it
always.
relate? Is it related to your people pleaser videos, or is that a factor that's related, or not really?
Um, I've gotten more horrible to talk to over the years, but I think I was always a bit like this.
Oh, okay. I was so I would be wrong to be under the impression that when you were more open to people pleasing, you wouldn't be okay with them
Fill the
having an unpleasant
silence more.
experience speaking to you. Yeah, yeah.
No. I was still okay with, especially people I don't know. I was more of a people pleaser to
People you knew.
my ex-wife and my family and my friends. Yeah, but people I didn't know, I would still make them pretty unhappy. Yeah.
And you were okay with that.
Why do you keep asking me that?
I'm just asking. Am I not allowed to ask?
You're asking the same question over and over. Are you in disbelief that I'm okay with making people uncomfortable?
I'm just confirming that at that time you're okay with it now, but at that time, before you had your people pleaser revelation, you were still okay with it then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had people in figure drawing classes break the silence and be like, "Can you please stop looking at me?" while I was modeling for them.
Hmm. Okay. So my takeaway from this is that
Oh God.
um, what? Am I not allowed to say my takeaway?
Go ahead.
Okay. Can you not react that way when I'm
No, I
Okay.
can react that way. I'm allowed to be upset by what you're saying, and you're still allowed to say it. What the fuck is your problem?
Why are you upset
Why?
by
How come
me
if I'm
giving
like
my
if I'm
take
like,
on
oh
it?
God, this is horrible, you're like, oh, am I not allowed to do that, or did I do something wrong?
Why
No,
are you
you
making fun of
can.
my accent?
I'm not. I'm just doing an impersonation of you. It's not. I'm
A
not
rude
making fun
one.
of anything. It's not rude.
I'm offended.
I don't care.
Next caller.
Well, cheers. Thanks
Alright.
for calling in.
Do we still do the cam thing?
Oh yeah, the TV is. Wait, will it fit? I might be able to put you on the TV. Wait, hang on. I have to. Thanks for calling in, last caller. I was enjoying making fun of your accent. Paper scissors.